Thursday, 10th of August. We've got a sunny day here in the wonderful Costa Brava of Littlehampton. Anyway, it's been a few days before I have had a shave, and as you can see, this is about, I don't know, a good 3 days of stubble. So, time to do an interesting shave today. I'm going to use Cheddar Red, because it's kind, and this is a lot of stubble to remove. This is going to be entitled a royal shave, because I'm going to use 3 razors of great renown, and another time I'll use more, but this time I'm going to use 3 because 2 of them are royalty, as in really posh. So one of them is going to be a beautiful Puma Gold. That's the Puma Special, and I restored that. Took quite a long time, and it has come out very, very nicely. The other one's a little Puma, just as a counterblast, which is a 5/8 for barber's use, with a little very narrow gold panel on it. But the other one, the other one is going to be superb. That's my wonderful Trevor Woolfson Woolfblades, and it's Damasteel, and a very interesting test, I think you'll find, as all 3 razors are really pretty much the royalty of the razor world. No detracting from Yuri Kravenko's wonderful razors, of which I have 3, and Yuri makes fantastic razors, but this is Damasteel, and it's about the most expensive form of Damascus steel you can get on the planet, and Trevor does a wonderful job. So if you want something which is really royal and really, really, really posh, then the other advantage, of course, with Damasteel, is made from binary 2 types of stainless steel, so there's no chance of it rusting. Whereas I'm afraid the restoration work which I undertake on carbon steel razors is invariably sad, for the simple reason that so many of them have been put away damp and they've started to corrode. And if you've got any soul at all, you'll realise that a really beautiful royal carbon razor left to rust is a crime against humanity. However, enough of me blathering on, let me show you what I've got. Now, how about that? That is Damasteel at its best, at its finest. Incredible design. Thank you, Trevor. We are mates, and this one is a special, but all Trevor's are incredible good. His RW34 standard stainless steel is actually still my favourite steel. The Damasteel is, I mean, that is Las Vegas flash, but anyway. Also, here's the other royalty. How about that? That is a Puma Special. That's the Puma Gold. These are rare, and to find them in this condition is extremely rare, but I did have to restore it. It had corrosion on it. It had some horrible scratches which some numpty had put on the blade. You don't clean any rust off a good blade using coarse stones or coarse emery. It's criminal. I would suggest just use normal wire wool and very light abrasive if you really must. Anyway, so there it is restored in all its glory. Even the little scale notification is still in good condition. So aren't I lucky? And as a comparison, there is a little, for barber's use, Puma, which I've just done up with a small gold panel, which is for, let me read it out. This is the Frizzier Friend #1. So this is the Barber's Friend #1. I'm not sure of the date, but it's a beautiful little razor. Anyway, let's see how a big stainless steel custom razor and 2 little quality Puma razors perform. Let's start with the Woolfblades. This one, oh, just can't tell you. Hanging hair test, you wouldn't believe it. Absolute bloody laser. Very thin blade. Now this is tackling some very heavy stubble here. I took a note from Caleb McCullers' wonderful last video. Oh, look at that go. I mean, that's wonderful. And I used a hot, well, modestly hot water and a flannel. That is good. Yeah, that is very, very good. I'm obviously only doing half my face because I want to reserve the other half. First pass, obviously. The other 2 beauties. Normally, I'd shy away from Damascus steel of any sort. It's a bit of a bugger to try and use properly. It's slightly different in its grain structure, and I find honing and stropping it to be, you got to be a bit more diligent. Whereas with carbon steel, yeah, it's good. With carbon steel, you can get away with anything. However, proof is in the pudding, as they say. Oh, look at all that. Ugh. So I'm going against, excuse me for the pun, I'm going against the grain of society. I don't want to be a beardy, thank you. May I also make comment on the absolutely staggeringly good video done by Johan today. He did a head shave with a straight razor. Bless him. Oh dear, 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 dear. Well, there's more out than in. Anyway, here we go with the Puma Gold. Let's see how that, which is a 6/8, let's see how that tackles stubble. Oh, lovely. Listen to that cut. Wow. Well, that was time well spent. That's superb. It's a deep hollow grind, and it's just murdered that stubble. So, proving my contention that a high quality carbon is still, in my opinion, slightly easier to work with. Oh my goodness me. Goodbye stubble. This is just the first pass. So keeping the angle reasonably low. Although with a very good edge, as this one is, I don't really think the angle is a huge issue. Bit more of an issue when you're going against the grain, which I do. A bit more of an issue. Oh, this is a joy, absolute joy. It's finished, because it had no edge whatsoever, this is finished on 6 different stones, from a 3K all the way down to a 20K Gumkoyu, whatever, Suhiru. So anyway, all artificial. Please look at that. That's very heavy stubble and has disappeared. Now let's put that one down. Let's have a little refresh of the lather. I'm going to do the Jack's trick. Dapper Shaves is very, very skilled. Far better honing expert than I am, which is why I don't do many hone videos. I leave that to the experts, like Jack's, like Gary. Gary Hayward is the absolute epitome of a skilled razor user. And of course, not to forget all the others out there who I should mention more often, really, because they are shave gods. That's actually quite a nice wet. Hey, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, back to the shave. Now this little devil is only a 5/8, but let's put it to its boasting test. It says the Frisier Friend #1. So this is the barber's friend. Let's see if it is a friend. We'll go against the grain. Oh, nice. Little devil. I've never been very fond of 5/8. I always found them just a little bit fragile when it comes to holding the angle right. As you can see, I'm trying my best to keep a low angle. I think that's probably wise. But oh, this is pretty. Just to show you again, it's got 1 5/8 Puma on the tang. So I don't know what that means. I know what the 5/8 means. I think the #1 simply refers to it's their #1. Date wise, no idea. I'm guessing 1950s. But I was very happy to restore this one. I'm very pleased I did. It's a beautiful little razor. Let's go cross grain, because people have been complaining that I don't, but I do. Honestly, I do. Cross grain that way. And cross grain that way. I always find under the chin, mapping the angle, very, very difficult. Always amazes me how many times you've got to go over the same area to get a BBS. Normally I'd be trying with a slightly bigger blade. Oh yeah, that's good. A little tad more maybe. Chasing the loose hairs around the mouth. That should be a hobby on its own. See what I mean? Yes, that's good. I'll do the other side with another razor. Yep. I'll try the other side with the Woolfblades. Trevor Woolfson comes from a very artistic background. His artistry is really quite phenomenal. So, being a trained artist, he absolutely adores the beautiful patterns which you get on a blade like this. I mean, these are quite extraordinary. Let's go against the grain with Trevor's. Oh, big blades are better, in my opinion. They hold better. Yeah. Mind you, if you've got the right edge, it doesn't really matter. You'll notice I don't do very much stretching. My theory, and please don't beat me up, it's only a theory, but my theory is if you've got a perfect edge, what the hell do you need to stretch for? I mean, you know. Anyway. I would say not better, equal to carbon as far as a complex shave goes. It doth protest. It makes lots of noise. It's a sign of a very deep hollow. Well, that's got the last stubble off that side of the face. There's nothing there at all. That's BBS. I mean, yeah, I can prove to you that I do occasionally, very occasionally stretch, but each to their own. This is not, I'm not claiming to be a master shaver. I like testing blades. That's what I like to do. And blade testing is my thing. Yeah, well, so I'm stretching, so what? I think if I was using a lesser blade, I'd stretch more. Oh, joy. I'd like to try and promote to new shavers the fact that it does take a long while to get truly competent. You know, you're talking about 100 shaves before you can say you're reasonable. 25 straight razor shaves before you start to feel more engaged. Oh my goodness me. That's strange, isn't it? There's always a few little areas which need going over a couple of times. One of the joys of using a stainless blade of this quality is although I am dutifully wiping the suds off, you can put this down and forget it. It's not going to rust, is it? The others, don't you dare. Don't you even think about putting them away damp. Don't you even think about putting them away with warm water on them. If you lay one of these razors down with warm water on, you are going to get corrosion, even in a very few minutes. So for my way of thinking, I'm even carefully wiping it. This is, as I say, a very rare razor. Not super rare, obviously. This is my third pass. Which razor have I enjoyed using the most today? You know, actually it's this one. This little Puma 6.8. I won't even tell you how long I spent on it, because you wouldn't believe me, but I spent a long time honing, stropping. Did I mention I also gold plate? I gold plated it. It had large areas of gold plate missing. It was in a bit of a state. And now it's good as new. It just has a few little marks. Excuse me, just had my breakfast. It still has a few little marks, but let's give an experimental stroke just to show one of the strokes I rather like using on occasion. If you want to get BBS, sometimes you have to be a little bit experimental. Just wiping some of the crud off this poor razor. As you can see, it has had a little bit of corrosion which you can't remove, so it's carbon steel. Anyway, getting back to the shaving. Just altering the angle slightly, smoothing down. If you smooth down the suds like this, the lather, oh yeah, that's BBS. Little spot to dry there, just a little bit. Smooth down, stroke up. Oh, I forgot to do one of my little manoeuvres on the side. Hang on, then I'll be done. Let's oh yeah. You can't hide from me, bristles. Nasty stubble. Can you imagine anything worse than looking like a footballer with your little man beard? They all look the same. They all follow trends. It's like TV sports presenters. Try finding one without a beard or without, you know, like a weak stubble. God, I hate that sort of following of fashion. As the Kinks used to sing, they seek him here, they seek him there. He's a dedicated follower of fashion. I'm not. Anyway, that's it. I think a little touch up here and there is always required. Yeah, that's got that. That's got that. Because I like this little razor, let's give it a fool's pass. Yep. 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 That'll do me. Anyway, chaps, thank you for bearing with me. I'd like to add more, but you'll be bored, so I won't. I'll just give a quick wash off. We'll give it a check with the Allen block. Can't beat the Allen block for seeing if you've had a good shave. There you are, one hairy hobo has been cured. I'm no longer a caveman. Let's see where the Allen block is. Here we are. I'm going to put a little bit of cold water on the Allen block. Yeah, nothing at all. No. Maybe always a little tiny sting. The neck's a bit of a sensitive area for most of us, I think. But as you can see, that's it. Anyway, chaps, there you have it. I'd be very grateful if any of you can be bothered to tell a friend. I need a few followers. And because this isn't my self-glorification, I'm just trying to expand the wonderful world of straight razor shaving and give acknowledgement to all the greats out there. I mean, obviously Caleb McCullough, I've already mentioned Gary Hayward, Dr. Matt, Dapper Shaves in South Africa. Behave yourself. No more riding naughty motorcycles. Anyway, chaps, that's perfection. I'll give it a quick splash with the Cella because I'm using Cella Red today. Let's give it a little splash. There you go. One new man. Oh, by the way, I got sunburnt. I went for a 5-mile walk in the sun. That'll teach me. Rare for things sun in England. Anyway, thanks for watching all this garbage. This is a bit of a long one, but it was a royal shave with 3 razors. See you soon. Thanks for watching.